Hi folks, I'm back with a caver, Kirk here. I just thought I would make this video on some of the changes that have been happening around here, not only today in the graveyard, but some of the changes over the centuries, and hopefully, as you'll start to see soon with my channel, some of the changes within my channel. I'm no longer going to treat my channel like I'm a tourist, walking around places like I don't know anything, which a lot of the places, I must admit, I have walked around and not known anything. So I pretty much have been a tourist, even though I've walked around a lot of the places a few times in my lifetime, because I'm local to the area. So from now on, I will be doing a bit of research before my videos, and hopefully tell something of interest within the videos so that it can help to grab some attention, because even I must admit, looking back at the videos, most of the videos I've done, they've been boring to me, so they must be very, very boring to use. So like I say, I'm out of cavers a day, and some of the changes that have been happening here, just looking around this part of the graveyard, as you can see, there's some changes to the gravestones. Now, every one of them has been cleaned, apart from one right at the very top, and that one I'm going to do a video on. And the reason I'm doing a video on it is because I believe it to be the widow to the family that I shot the previous two videos on when I was cleaning that gravestone. So I'll show you that gravestone when I come to it. Unfortunately, it's damaged, which we'll see when we get there. But meanwhile, changes here. Now, it's believed that this site was one of the places where St Cuthbert, his body was stopped overnight by the monks who were trying to protect his remains from the Danes when they were invading Lindisfarne and Bansborough and trying to destroy all religious artefacts. And St Cuthbert's body was a religious artefact. It was praised by many over the years. Now, during their 7-year travels and trying to avoid the Danes, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, it might not be the Danes, but I'm pretty sure it was the Danes that were chasing them and trying to capture St Cuthbert's body so that they could destroy it. They stopped here overnight, and it's believed that it's the earliest writings in the Hawick historical books that two locals from Hawick, and I can't remember their names, unfortunately, sorry, came across the campfire from the woods. They seen the light of the fire and they come in to investigate. Now, since then, whenever St Cuthbert, when his body stopped anywhere, they believed that miracles happened wherever the body stopped. And one example is written off where they stopped at a cottage and the monks were starving, and one of the monks happened to come across some bread which fell from the thatched roof of the cottage. Now, back then, cottages weren't made from stone. They were pretty much wood, thatch, mud, and it was believed that a temple was erected here in St Cuthbert's memory. And obviously that was during the Dark Ages, the 800s. I'm not sure of the exact year, but the first building of stone in this area, which we can see at the bottom here. This bit stone here is 11th century, and this bit here, upwards from here, is 16th century. I believe it's 1632. We'll see further round. Now, Caver's house, which is just over there through the woods. I'll just zoom out a bit. It's through the woods there. I'm not sure of what year it was built. I haven't been able to find a year on that, but I do know that it was given over to the Black Douglas, the Cavers parish as it was back then. The Cavers parish ran from Teviot Head right the way through here and right the way down to Spittle and Row on the other side of Denham, and included all ground in between. And the width of it, its widest point I believe is from Stubbs Castle or Stubbs Camp. You have to excuse the wind, folks, it's quite a windy day. From Stubbs Camp right the way up to Minto. So it's quite a distance, quite a large parish indeed. But when it was given over to the Douglases, the house was owned by the Balliols, and it was owned then, so it was built then, and we don't know the year it was built, or I don't know the year it was built. I've not been able to find that out yet. At some point during the rebuilding of this place, we have obviously had it destroyed. Now, in my hunting for gravestones, I thought this was a gravestone here, and I uncovered this. A little bit of almost like flooring, mosaic, marbled, certainly polished up flooring, what looks to be like flooring. So nobody knows. It's not been investigated by professionals as yet. Hopefully I'm going to get professionals to come in and investigate a bit further. Meanwhile, I'm going to carry on with my searching for graves, or gravestones I should say. Here's one here I've uncovered, just very gentle prodding. So let's see if I can lift them and save any names that are on them. Anyway, back to the history of the place. During the times, I'm just going to give a brief history. There's been 4 crypts. This one here's the Douglases. The one on the far side is the Elliots, the one that still remains. The one here is the Gladstanes, which is no longer standing. This crypt here was attached to the church just the same as the others were. The Gladstane family, or the Gladstane clan, have all died off. And these 4 markers here, 1, 2, 3, 4, is the site of the crypt. I can't remember the name of the clan that was in the top end here, off the top of my head. But yeah, it's in the history books. It is in the history books, and I know I've read it. My memory is not very good, I'm afraid. But hopefully I'll find out and be able to put it in a later video. Anyway, the Gladstanes owned Cocklaw Castle, which is about a mile down the road, and it's the only castle in Scotland that withstood completely a siege from the English. Hopefully I'm going to do a video on that at some point soon. I'm at the top end of the Kirk here, and as you can see there, just above the door, see I was wrong, I said 1663, it's 1662 that this was rebuilt. Now, at some point after that, stairs that are here were put in. The door that's there is now it's shut off. It's now part of a dwelling house. The lady owner, Jane, is a wonderful woman, although a very private person. I've very much been privileged to be able to come and do the work I've done. She is okay with folks coming and visiting the graveyard. I was very, very privileged to be able to have gotten a look into the crypt on the other side, the Hawick crypt. It's not allowed by anybody, so please don't ask, because you will be refused. I've just been very, very privileged to be able to do the things I've done around here, possibly because of the work I've done. I don't know. I just know that she's a very private person, and I've been very, very privileged to be able to do what I've been doing. Now, the stairs there lead up to, they were built by the Douglases, I believe, at some point in the 17th century. I could be wrong, it could have been the 16th century, but I know it was a while after the kirk was rebuilt. They led up to what was known as the Douglas Loft, and it was situated above the Douglas crypt where their ancestors lay at rest. Now, all the ancestors today are in the kirkyard here. I have found and cleaned most of their gravestones, but they used to go up there and overlook the church and the service that was going on from their own privileged seat. Now I've just turned around here. This is the only gravestone in the church still, or the graveyard still to be cleaned, and hopefully you can see unfortunately it's broken. I'd thought this was maybe part of it, but it's not. It's another gravestone altogether. As you can hopefully see, it's the opposite of the one in the previous video I put up, or the previous two videos I put up. If you haven't seen them, go and watch them. Yeah, show you how I've been cleaning the gravestones. And this is, to me, is the widow of this one here, a widow of the family, or this gravestone here, this marker for. If it's placed next to it, you will see it's a woman, and she is, well, I'm saying it's a woman, I don't know obviously because it's not been cleaned yet, but she's presenting what looks to be a flower in the direction of this person here. So to my thinking, it's probably the widow of this family. Now then, one of my other finds here, and I hope I'm correct, I really do hope I'm correct with this. The Clan Douglas, the last male surviving member, died in the 1890s, and it was only female members of the family that were left, and those female members were the Palmers, so they became the Palmer Douglas family, and their graveyard is here to the side. Now, I haven't been in here, I haven't cleaned these gravestones. Maybe Lady Palmer Douglas, or as she's now known, I believe as she is Lady Scott, is still alive, and through respect for her, I have not been near this gravesite. I've asked for her to be asked if she would like me to clean them, and I've had nothing back as yet. So I will leave until I get permission, and if she doesn't wish me to, then I won't be near it. Yeah, I don't know. It may be a family ritual. I don't know, for her to come up and clean them herself. With respect to her ancestors, I don't know. But during my cleaning, I believe I may have found the gravesite of the last male Douglas. Now you can't see the gravestone at the moment, it's upside down, and hang on, yeah, sorry about that. I had to take that phone call just now. Yeah, like I was saying, I believe this might be the gravestone of the last male Douglas, James Douglas, or Chappie as he was known when he was alive. And the reason I believe it, the gravestone's overturned at the moment. This one, like all the rest of them, are going to hopefully be turned over so that all the names are revealed of those who are lying at rest here. So it's one of the changes that's still to come. But the reason I believe it is because of the writing here, which I've cleaned up, so it's now readable. And if I can, I'll just read it for you. Don't know if I can turn it. Yep, there we go. This stone is erected by the surviving members of the Douglas family. So I may be wrong, but that to me tells me that it is highly likely the last surviving male Douglas member. My work here in the graveyard has included, like I pointed out a little bit earlier, has included lifting and finding some of the gravestones. Now I'm not finished by any means. I've cleaned all the stones apart from the one there, which I will do in the next few days. But it's been searching for buried gravestones, which is still to be done because many of the gravestones are completely buried. But ones like this one, now this one has been dug out, as you can see from the ground around, and it's been replanted, and it was buried to here, so that now all the names are showing on the other side. And this is the family of Glenn Douglas, and Glenn Douglas's name was the only name that was showing, whereas now his whole family, all the names are showing. So I would like very much to be able to do this with every stone that is either buried or partially buried like this one was, so that all names can be revealed, and there's a few of them. Anyway, here's another couple of stones here, which I've they were partially buried. So I'm in the process of lifting these ones up, and there's another one over there. And there's a few there that will need to be replanted and lifted up so that names can be revealed. Anyway, I'm going to end this video. I've gone on a bit more than I thought I would. I hope this hasn't bored you. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. If you have enjoyed it, please press the like button and the subscribe button, because it all helps the channel. It all helps to promote a little bit of the history of the area, which I hopefully I'll be able to do a bit more of very soon. Not just cavers, but around the borders area as well. So anyway, I thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you. Bye for now. Bye.